Hi guys, welcome back, or welcome if you're new. My name is Olivera and this is Olive's Brunch. Today, as you can see from the title, I'm going to be showing you guys my everyday makeup tutorial. It's not really a tutorial, it's more like I'm just gonna be showing you how I do my makeup. Not really I don't know, just watch it. A few of you asked me how I do my makeup in my previous video and the video before that. So I thought I would just show you guys because why not? This is such a YouTube thing to do, so I was like, well, why don't I just join in? It kind of went a little bit wrong because the eyeshadow brush that I was using, my sister had previously used for black eyeshadow, and I hadn't cleaned it because, you know, like, lazy, you know? Like, come on now. So I got way darker eye makeup out than I wanted to. But anyway, I'm gonna stop talking so you can watch the video and see how I'm gonna do this. Well, I mean, I've already done it, so you can watch how I did this. Enjoy. So I'm first gonna start off by washing my face because we gotta keep clean. Obviously, I'm just gonna prime my face first, and I'm just using the Kat Von D Locket Featherweight Primer. So I'm just putting this all over my face. It's quite nice and silky, this one. It's quite like soothing, actually. I may be saying that just because I'm burnt. Oh, apologies for my nose. It's actually so red in my forehead. I was on holiday for like 3 days. It rained 2 of the days. There was only sun on 1 of the days, and I tanned for like maybe an hour, and this happened. So next I'm gonna apply some concealer. Now my usual concealer is actually by MAC, but I ran out right before I was going on my trip and they didn't have concealers in the MAC at the airport, which was very strange. So I bought another one. To try out, I bought the Nars concealer, the Radiant Creamy Concealer. This is in the shade Creme Brulee. I thought I'd give it a go, and honestly guys, I am in love with this. I'm gonna keep buying this one. I'm not even gonna go back to MAC because this is so freaking nice. It's so like light and it doesn't make you look caked on or anything. It's just very, very nice. So I just apply this all under my eyes. I think you're supposed to do concealer after foundation, or from what I've seen. But I kind of like to do it first, and I don't know why, so do not ask me why. Once you look a little bit crazy, it's time to blend. So to blend with, I'm just using a brush, a makeup brush. It's by MAC, it doesn't really matter. I guess you can use whatever you kind of want to use. I used to actually just do it with my fingers, but then I got a little bit more professional and I started using a brush. Gotta be a little bit professional. But I love when I blend this in, it just looks so natural and nice. It's just a really good product. I really recommend it if you're looking for a concealer. I think the blending process is something that takes the longest time. Okay, so I'm gonna be completely honest with you guys and say that this concealer is actually great, and I don't even need to put foundation on top of it because the coverage is really good. And I'm fortunate enough not to have that many problems on my skin. So I could just go with this, but because when I wear makeup, I prefer to wear heavier makeup because if I'm gonna wear makeup, I kind of want full coverage. So I'm going to be putting on some foundation next, and I'm actually using the Kat Von D Locket Foundation. This, guys, this is life-changing. Honestly, if you need a good coverage foundation, this is the one for you. Trust me. It does dry your skin out a little bit, but because I have very oily skin, for me, I actually like it. The coverage is insane. And you really do not need to use a lot of this product at all, because it's so like strong. A little goes a long way. It really does. And it actually lasts you a really long time. But I'm just using the same brush here because, you know, I don't really know what I'm doing, so one brush is good for me. So as you can see, like with just one pump of foundation, I covered my whole face. So it really doesn't take a lot of makeup. I'm just gonna do my neck now because it's so important that you do your neck as well, because otherwise you're gonna look crazy. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight a little bit. I have this Estee Lauder Double Wear Brush on Glow Stick. This is actually a really nice application because you just grab it, you twist it, it kind of like does its thing, and then you just pop it all over here, and then here, and then I do a little bit on here, and on my nose, and just like these areas. Because, you know, like that's what I've seen that people do. So like I feel like that's what you should do. Just blend that in. This gives you like a nice little highlight under your eyes to lighten up those dark circles. More blending. Okay, so after highlighting, I'm just going to set my face with a powder. I am going to be using the Estee Lauder 3N1 in Ivory Beige. This is the double wear powder. This is pretty strong stuff. And I don't need to use this because this foundation that I'm already using is very, very strong and the coverage is great. But I prefer more of like a matte finish. So I'm gonna powder it up just a little bit. I'm only putting like the smallest amount on. Ta-da! No, I'm kidding. We're so not done. That was the powder. Okay, next I'm going to contour a little bit, and I only have this like small contour kit by 17 that has a contour and a highlight inside it, and it's very useful because I don't really know how to contour, so this is just like an easy little thing to have. I feel like powder is easier than those sticks they have. It doesn't get as crazy on my face. So I'm just using this angled brush, and I'm gonna put it all over my contour areas. So I'm just gonna put some on my temples as well. I make the weirdest faces. Then I'm just gonna use the highlighter, and I'm just gonna highlight a little bit more in the same areas, but just with a powder this time. I know that there are probably like people who are really good at makeup now that are watching this and are like, oh God, what are you doing? But this is my style. Then I'm just gonna use a brush to just blend all that in, which is probably like the most important part of this process, otherwise you look crazy. It looks stronger on the camera, but like in real life, you can barely see it at all. So I'm like looking at the viewfinder, I'm like, holy crap, have I even blended that? And then I look down and I'm like, oh, where is it? It's so weird. Okay, so with the same contour palette thing, I'm just gonna also contour my nose a little bit, and I don't really know what I'm doing right now, but it feels right, but it's probably not. Then I'm gonna blend that as well. Okay, I think that's okay. Okay, so next I'm gonna put some blush on, and I'm just using a blush by MAC in the shade Stay Pretty. Aw, that's a nice name. I don't know where I learned this, but you have to smile when you put your blush on so then it goes in the right area. I don't know if that's true or someone was just trying to make a fool out of me, but I stuck with it. Okay, so the last part of the face is another highlighter. Oh God, me and my highlighters. I have like 3 different highlighters that I put on my face and they're not even doing absolutely anything. But this one is gonna make a difference, I swear. This is by Too Faced, and this is the Candlelight Glow, and this is actually a shimmery highlighter, so this is actually gonna give me a bit of a shimmer. I don't even know if this is where you're supposed to put it, but I'm putting it here because it feels right, and I'm just gonna like go up here as well. I don't know if this is right, guys. And then I just put some on my nose. I know it's too much, hang on, we're gonna blend it on kind of there. Okay, so now that I finally finished my face, so we gotta do some eyebrows. They're actually looking pretty crazy at the moment. Well, this one is because I went to get them done the other day, and the woman that was doing them, she was doing an alright job, and then all of a sudden she started just taking them off down here, and I was like, I had to like yell at her, not yell, but I was like, stop! Like, what are you doing? Because she started taking my eyebrows off in this section here. And I was like, girl, I don't think you're supposed to do that. But it's okay, we'll fill them in. We good, it's all good. So for my eyebrows, I am going to be using this eyeshadow kit actually. I got this years ago. This is by Collection. I think it was like £6 or £7. It was very cheap. So I'm going to just brush these out a little bit first. And then I'm just going to use this brown color right here to just fill these in. Okay, so once I've got my eyebrows done, I am going to move on to my eyes. So for my eyes, I like to use a primer, first of all, so my eyeshadow can kind of last. I use this one by MAC, and I'm just gonna pop it all over my eyes. Also, by the way, all the products and brushes and whatever that I'm using in this video will be linked below in the description. If you would like to see it or check it out, feel free. Okay, so normally on a daily basis, I will actually just wear like a cream eyeshadow because it's so much quicker to apply. You do not need to spend minutes and minutes blending. But for the sake of this video, I am just going to put some eyeshadow on. I'm going to be using this MAC palette. I think it's a very old one actually. I got it ages ago. 15 colors in warm neutral. I'm gonna be mainly using the Ginger Snap and the Dark Brew. Also the Vanilla Extract and Honey Lust. So I'm gonna grab some vanilla extract and make a cake on my face. This is kind of just like gonna make it pop. I don't know what I'm saying. I don't think I meant that. I meant like it's kind of the base color. Afterwards, my brush is super dirty because my sister used it with black eyeshadow, so that's bad. I'm gonna use this Dark Brew, and I'm just putting it in this area here of my eye. I don't know, the crease, is it? Maybe. And it's gonna turn out a lot darker than I want it to because my brush is black, but usually it's like a nice neutral brown. And then I'm just gonna blend for days. Okay, then I'm gonna go for this Ginger Snap, and I'm just gonna add a little bit of it around this area of my eye. My terminology is great here. And this is kind of giving it like a pinky purpley effect, which I don't really want right now, but it's happening anyway, so I'm gonna accept it and move on. I think the moral of this story is wash your brushes before you start a tutorial or anything, because clearly this is not the color I wanted, but we're gonna go for it. Then I'm gonna use a bit of the Honey Lust to just put in the inner corners of my eyes. Okay, so next I'm just going to highlight my brow with a white eyeshadow. I'm using a different palette this time. I'm just gonna blend that into my eyeshadow as well to create it like into one whole. And the shadow that I used here is by Stuart. Okay, so this is my favorite step, and this is usually like more of a favorite step when the eyeshadow isn't so intense because it really like bams your eyes. But I'm gonna use this black eyeshadow from the same place as the one I used for my brows, so collection, £6. So what I'm gonna do here is my favorite little secret. It's not really a secret probably, but like when I discovered this, it changed my life. Basically, instead of putting a thick eyeliner on my eye, I actually just want to just put mascara on, but if I just put mascara on, it won't make my lashes look as thick and voluminous. So what I do is I take an angled brush with a black eyeshadow and I create the tiniest line right next to my eye, just like this. If you just look at my eyes right now, one next to the other, this one's a little bit darker, but it's not like that much darker. Like it's not that noticeable that I've got some eyeliner on or like some eyeshadow eyeliner. And this one is obviously not as dark. There's like a tiny difference. So basically what this does is it creates the illusion that your lashes are so much more voluminous and thicker naturally, when really you just have that tiny line of black eyeshadow and it doesn't look that harsh. You know, if you're at school and you're not really allowed to wear much makeup, you could use this trick to like make your lashes look a little fuller without getting it noticed. Last but not least, just gonna curl these bad boys up. And I'm finally going to apply some mascara. I'm using the Better Than Sex mascara by Too Faced. I've been using this for the longest time ever now, and I really like it. Okay, so that is all done. I am done with my face. The last thing I have to do is my lips, and for my lips, I'm going to be using this Kat Von D Everlasting Liquid Lipstick in the color Lolita. This is my favorite by far. I've been using this a lot. It also lasts very long. Okay guys, and lastly, final thing, I swear, I'm just going to set my whole face with this Prep and Prime by MAC. Just set the foundation and everything because I kind of want it to last all day. And that is it! Yay! Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Please give the video a thumbs up if you liked it. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already because I would love for you to be here. Also, this thing on YouTube now that you have to tell people to like click the notification bell thing. Well, if you haven't done that and you would like to keep watching my videos and be notified when I upload them, which I don't have a proper schedule for yet, so therefore you should click the little bell so you're notified every single time I upload a video. Anyway guys, subscribe, like, share, do what you want to do, and I will hopefully see you guys in my next video. Which I don't know what it will be, but we'll see, we'll find out. Ah, surprises, okay, bye! You guys, she's so cute.